All right. Week. I think this is week 4. Let's just say this is week 4. Yeah. Let's just assume. Anyway, feels like week 4. Summary of how it's going, how YouTube is going, how my life is going, updates, progress. Yeah, just touching base, checking in. Since starting doing YouTube a month ago, I've had a lot more energy and focus and drive to clean up and fix up the outside of the house anyway, not so much the inside of the house. So I'm looking through the window there, and you can actually see. I don't know, person can't see much, but I can see through the window that the outside's much cleaner. Okay, that's good now. The outside's looking a lot better, so that's one positive that came from it. The swimming pool is blue and clean, and generally my energy levels are better. I'm not feeling as down, depressed, hopeless, unhappy, sad, worried. Even though for me the YouTube is very much a long-term goal to become a content creator and create videos, get a better phone, better cameras, have better audio, better lighting, and I could subscribe to CapCut. I think CapCut is the editing software, and Canva is the thumbnails and the title screens and all that fun stuff. So there's a lot. I've figured out the general idea of how to do most things on YouTube. I also discovered that my son is quite good at YouTube. The original goal was to get 1 new subscriber a week. I started out 4 weeks ago with 15 subscribers, and I'm sitting on 38. So that's an extra 18, is it? 15 plus 15 is 30. Plus 8 is what? 23. So I've got 23 new subscribers in 4 weeks, which to people that do this, professionally and are good at this and have experience doing YouTube and content creation and uploading videos, getting 23 new subscribers is no big deal, I'm sure. But for me, it exceeds my goal, expectation, my ambitions doing YouTube. So that's great. And I've managed to mostly maintain doing 1 video a day, at least 1 upload, even though it's like now tonight it's like the last thing I feel like doing, but it's now become a bit of a routine. And what I've discovered, well, in life, running a business or doing any chores like feeding fish, feeding dogs and cats, feeding children, dropping and fetching from school, running the plumbing company, doing the Airbnbs. In the beginning, I might need a lot of willpower and motivation to initially do certain things, to fire myself up, to get up, and and it's exciting and new, a startup, and learning how to do things. But over time, it becomes a routine and it becomes automated. It just happens. I just get up, I know what I need to do, what times of the day. But I do need to be healthy and clean and sober and sleep well and eat and manage my time and energies properly. I need to. It's a marathon. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. So I've got a lot of responsibilities, a lot of duties, a lot of chores, a lot of my day is long and it's very full, and I do have to do a lot. And nowadays it's going out and doing plumbing as well. I have maintained my ambition of doing at least 2 jobs a day. I've done even more than 2 jobs a day. It's again, it comes back to my philosophy on procrastination. If I'm procrastinating and I'm feeling demotivated, or I'm sad, or I'm depressed, or feeling anxious or worried, the best thing I can do is break my day up into small bites and small chunks, and I have to take down the energy and make it more manageable, and give myself permission to do a little bit, and then tell myself well done and that I'm proud of myself. So it's all about even just making my bed, not that I do that often, but let's say sitting down and doing one invoice, or sending one email, or replying to one WhatsApp, or answering one phone call, or going out and doing one job. All of that, to keep doing that, if I keep it up, it builds into a massive, if I keep consistently doing that one little thing, the next right thing, the next right thing, the next right thing, the next right thing, and I'm just quietly pottering away, staying focused, and getting through things. If I've got a workload and I slowly work my way through the workload, then I can look back and think, goodness me, I've done incredibly well. Gee whiz, how did I do all of that? That's amazing, it's a miracle. But the only way I have the courage to start anything is by reducing the anxiety and energy and fear around starting. Sometimes if there's too many dishes, the good thing is to move the dishes out of the sink and start with 1 or 2 dishes, and that's enough, and then pack the dishwasher and unpack it, and next thing I know, I've done the majority of the dishes and the kitchen looks better. And same with paperwork in the office. It's hard to describe, but it doesn't take willpower and firing myself up and motivation. It takes the opposite of me tricking myself into thinking, oh, it'll be no big deal, just do one and then I'll be proud of you, Dave, just come on, you can do it, it's not as bad as you think. Or sit for 5 minutes, just turn the computer on, sit for 5 minutes when that's the last thing I feel like doing. And so indulging depression by sleeping, I can't sleep away the depression, and I can't talk away the depression and think myself out of a depression. The only way I've found to get out of a bad emotional, mental traps, prison, out of mental torture, out of agony, the only way out of any bad situation, any tough emotional time I'm having, is through action. And in my case, depression and sadness and worry and anxiety is always a reaction to something going on in my life. There's always a cause, and there's a cause and effect, there's a trigger, there's a reason. And it could just simply be that I'm exhausted and burnt out and overworked and don't have enough help and support. It might just be as simple as that I'm trying to do too much and that I've overdone it. And I sometimes literally actually do need to just take it easy for a bit, but still not stop, because then, but anyway, so was a good, productive week. A lot of bad news, a lot of disappointment, a lot of sadness, a lot more worry, but I'm not taking it on. I don't feel hopeless and despondent and sad. And to have spent 56,000 Rand fixing one plumbing van, and then having to sell our family's little Mini Cooper, that was sad. We had to sell, but we needed to pay off debt, because we are in a lot of debt and we are struggling. We're not covering our costs. We are having a tough time, so we did have to sell the Mini to survive. I sold a BMW this year as well to pay off debt, and I got a lump sum from my mom's deceased estate, 190,000, which just went straight into debt as well. and now I'm having to sell my Audi TT to pay off debt and cover repairs to one of my plumbing vans. It doesn't make sense to have a sports car that I can't do plumbing out of and a plumbing van sitting broken with a messed up engine. Yeah, and even though it's terrible, because I love that car so much, it's such a fun little car, the Audi TT. It breaks my heart, and there are not that many Mark II Audi TTs available anymore. Yeah, but I've had lots of fun for the last 2 years. I've owned the Audi TT for 2 years, and it's fully paid off now. Finally, fully paid off, and it was expensive to pay it off because I was paying off extra. I paid it off very quickly, and but it's starting to have lots of niggles, lots of problems. It's going to be expensive to maintain it and to fix it. Needs new tires. It's a lot, and it doesn't make sense to spend when I'm so broke and under so much financial pressure. My son's going to a new school, an expensive private school, because it's difficult to get into schools in Cape Town. There are too many kids and not enough schools, so they haven't built any new schools. So he's gotten into a very good school. It's an expensive school, and I have to be able to afford that school. I can't be in debt. I can't be paying off anything. I can't be spending money that I should spend on school fees on fixing Audi TTs, glove boxes and sun visors and side mirrors and power steering window mechanisms and boot catches and tires, and it's just getting to the point where the Audi has got like 10 different things going on. Everything's going wrong on it, and that's fine. The guy who's going to buy it or swap it for the repairs to the Ranger, he's a car mechanic, so he can actually, as long as he that's his baby. He should keep it because it's a fantastic little car, and he'll be an idiot to sell it. But he's also a wheeler dealer, so he might do that to make money. Never know. And good for him if he does. But I need the Ranger on the road, and me and my family will use the Ranger, and that's good enough, and I'm happy with that. And if need be, I'll buy another affordable little car somewhere. And the money I would spend on the Audi, I'll rather pump into the rest of the debt, or into an emergency fund, or into investments. Cars are not an investment. They don't appreciate in value, they depreciate in value. So there's absolutely no point when the car's costing more than it's worth. They're called the sunk sum fallacy. You'd think, I put so much money into this car, I can't lose it because I'll lose all that. No. When you don't get that money back that you pumped into something once it's depreciated in value and it's gotten to the point where everything's breaking on it. It's just going to keep costing more and more and more until I get to the realization that, and I've had old beaten up cars before that started costing too much to maintain and to run and to fix, and I realized those cases I realized too late that it was a waste of money to keep them and I should get rid of them. And the same is happening now. So that's what's happening with the Audi. It's going to be too expensive to maintain it. It'll bankrupt me. And whatever money, I haven't spent that much on it at this stage, which is also great. I didn't pay much interest on it. So I had this fantastic little car that I could drive around with, have fun, take the kids out, make a splash and a fuss, and everyone was very impressed when I arrived. My wife went places in it, everyone was very impressed with it. They thought it was cool. Beautiful car. Beautiful, beautiful car. It looks like a Porsche. Red as well, and I got by paying it off so quickly, I saved myself tens of thousands in interest, and by now I'm not keeping it, I'm saving myself even more, and it is what it is. I have to be philosophical. It's just a car, it's not a person, it's not a property. And now the money I'm gonna make and the money I'm gonna earn, I'll keep more of it, firstly, and secondly, I'm going to use it to build another Airbnb, an actual asset, an actual income earning asset. And the Ranger is an asset, even though it's a car, a van, it is an asset because I can make money working out of it. So it makes sense to fix the asset and drive it and use it to make money, and sell the liability or swap the liability in order to make that a reality, and just have faith that it's going to be okay, that it'll be on the road and driving, and that this guy won't be a crook. Yeah, what's he going to do if he is a crook? I'll sue him. Yeah. Anyway, so had a terrible, sad, depressing, stressful, bad week, but also very productive, good. I was very healthy, I was very responsible, I was very good. I think I was very courageous and brave. I did all the right things this week. I'm incredibly proud of myself, and my self-esteem has grown immensely this past week. I feel I'm getting over a slump, I'm getting over a period of madness and YouTube is part of that. Even though I'm not doing this professionally, it's just a little fun hobby, experimenting, doing the 30-day challenge. It's almost coming to the end of the 30 days. Wow, that's impressive. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep uploading. And I'll create little shorts and upload random little things here and there and see what works. It does look like people respond well to me talking to the camera, to seeing my face, to talking to the camera. That seems to get the best response on YouTube, the human interaction. So anyway, that's me having a tough time. I have moments of despair and worry and catastrophizing where I think everything's going to fall apart. I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to lose everyone I love. I'm going to be alone forever. I'm never going to be able to retire. What if I get sick? A lot of doom and gloom fantasies where I feel very worried about the future and scared and nervous and feel very alone and feel like I have no help and no support and nobody in my life, and it's too much for me. And then I have moments of optimism and hope, but in general pleasantly surprised by how smooth and how well everything is going. Everything's turning out a lot better than my worst fantasies of it were. And even when things are much worse than I expected, like this week ended up being much worse than I could have ever imagined in many ways, to have just fixed a vehicle at a huge personal cost, huge amount of money spent on a vehicle's engine, and that van it's still a beaten up, crummy old van, but it's at least can drive now. And then to have sold a vehicle to pay off things, not knowing that after selling it a week later another vehicle would need an engine and a huge repair, and I'd have to sell another vehicle. I mean, it's just you can't write these things. If I wrote a book or a story or a fantasy, people wouldn't believe it. They would think that's unrealistic. That can't be. Nobody's that unlucky. Nobody can have such bad luck all in the same week. 3 or 4 vehicles all buggering up. But anyway, it did happen. Didn't make it up, and I still managed to, touch wood, help every client that called in and go out and do every job that needs to be done, finish off bathrooms, invoice things out. A little bit late. Some people were a bit upset, not terribly impressed with us. There were some complaints. I did have to apologize to a lot of people, did have to give some discounts. But in general, didn't really disappoint too many people that badly, and managed to keep going, keep the wheels turning, process money, get money in. And my wife made a good point. When my secretary resigned this time last year on my birthday is the 13th of November, so it was about, I've been with our secretary for 13 months at this stage, right now, today, on the 6th of December 2025, I've been with our secretary for 13 months. When my secretary resigned a year ago, I was terrified that I wouldn't be able to run the company and that it would go out of business, and how would I know how to do everything? And I've pleasantly surprised myself by my ability. I've learned how to do every single job in the company and do it well. I can do payroll, I can do SARS, PAYE, VAT, invoicing, quoting, supervising the guys. I do all the logistics, making sure we have everything we need, and still go out and do a bit of plumbing, keeping track of emails, reports. I can do everything. I'm as good, if not better, than my secretary was. And most days I love doing it, and it's enjoyable and it's inspiring and fun. So I'm not feeling that burnt out about that, but I am. It's just when I start worrying that I'm not going to make enough money, or that I'm going to go bankrupt, and then I worry about my staff and how will I tell them that the company's closing and that I'm going to go be an Uber driver, let's say. Well, that's quite worrying, but anyway. But it hasn't happened yet, touch wood. Because I am good at what I do, and we do have a lot of work, and I've got an established business from 12 years. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. But good week. Managed to having this board opposite my desk, and I look at things. Positive thinking, plan, get help, got help. Got a maid twice this week, and the house is looking better. So just little ideas that pop into my head, and when I write them down, then I can let go of that thought, because I know I've got a record of it. I don't have to obsessively try to remember these things, and then I can focus on being productive. Right, probably quite a long video, I don't know. Didn't expect to speak about all these things, but future days, if you're interested how the end of the first month went, that's it. You might forget. And just be good to yourself, bud. Love yourself. Be proud of yourself, and don't give up. Don't give up on this. It's gonna be fine. And right now we have, hey dude, Future Dave, we have 38 subscribers. I wonder how many subscribers we'll have on the 6th of December 2026. Maybe we'll have 100 subscribers. Can you imagine? Imagine if we get 100 subscribers. Anyone who's watching this, it's okay to ask. Could you please like and subscribe? Please like and subscribe. If you would, I would really appreciate it. It would make my life a bit easier. Wow. If YouTube took off, if I was a success at this, then I would put more time and effort and energy into it. It goes back to what you get out. I'll put in what I get out. If I'm getting something out of this, I'll put more in, because then it will make sense to do that. I might even, if I do really well, I might even hire a cameraman who follows me around. Some YouTubers do that, and they also hire an editor. Hire somebody to edit, and yeah. But anyway, cool. That's my
The deal.